I think this team is well set up to perform continentally. You know, I've said on the record before that I think the first stage of being successful on the continent is being really solid defensively. Yes, you need to score goals at the right time, but if you concede sloppy goals, as we've seen on occasions from Gourmet in the past, when maybe they've been knocked out in the qualifying rounds, it's hard to recover continentally. If you concede one or two goals, it's hard to score three or four in international fixtures. We have kept 20 clean sheets this season in 30 games. We have, conceded only 13 goals in 30 games. We could maybe set a new record for Kenyan football in terms of clean sheets before the end of the season. So defensively, and that's not just about the goalkeeper or the back four, it's about everyone from the striker all the way back doing their work, being willing to work together as a team to make sure structurally we're very solid and compact. And then from that, it gives us a platform to go and attack and perform and win games. Now, I know that the executive committee, the people who are responsible for the future of Kogalo, will make a good decision, I'm sure, about who the next leader of the team will be. But my understanding is that they want it to be someone who will take this group and continue to grow them. They don't want someone to come in and dig up the garden and put new plants in. They want someone to take what we've already started growing, because we also have to remember, this is a very young team. 2 weeks ago when we played Maranga Seal, every player in the starting 11 was under 23. Every player. We are the fourth youngest squad in the KPL. That is, to be 10 points clear at the top and have the fourth youngest squad is not a common, lineup, is not a common alignment. So it's a young squad. And so whoever comes in has a great opportunity to continue to teach those players and to guide them forward. The Champions League is obviously a huge challenge, but the other challenge is the dynamics of African football have changed. If you think back to, I believe it was 2019, when Kogalo had their great run to the quarterfinals of the CAF Confederations Cup. But let's not forget that they had lost in the qualifying rounds for the Champions League and been knocked into the Confederations Cup. So at that time, if you were the champion of the country, of any country in Africa, you got a second chance to go into the Confederations Cup. But the rules have changed now. So now, this summer, Kogalo will go into 3 qualifying rounds for the Champions League, and should the team lose in any of those qualifying rounds, there is no second chance. You don't go into the Confederations Cup now. They are isolated tournaments. No Kenyan team has ever qualified for the group stages of the Champions League. And so the task in front of the team is significant. But these players have shown over the last 2 years that they're up to big challenges. And so I fully expect, and I'll be watching closely, that when they step out in those continental games, whomever it's against, Al Ahly, Zamalek, Mamelodi Sundowns, Berkane, whoever it happens to be against, I know these guys will go out and work genuinely. They will put their heart and soul into those performances, and with a little bit of good fortune, they can qualify.
But your kicker here is don't reinvent the wheel. Continue the process.
Look, I said earlier in one of my previous answers, there's not one way to coach football. There's not one way to win football. What I would say to the players is whomever you have stood in front of you on the first day of pre-season, give them the respect, give them the love, give them your ears in the way that you gave them to me. Even if they do things differently, and they will do some things differently, because I have never met any coach who does things the same as the one stood to his left or right. So there will be changes, there will be differences, and hopefully those will build on top of the foundations we've put down here. But what I would say to players is, and staff and supporters, is don't look at any new coach and say, oh, but the previous coach did that. Doesn't matter. There's only one way to success, and it's forward. And so whatever ideas the next person has, embrace them, go with them, work hard, and at the end of that road, I'm really hopeful there'll be even more success in the future.